I am Abby, I am topknotstitcher, and welcome to June. We made it through Mania. I still cannot believe it. I started 31 projects in 31 days. Like, how is that even possible? I don't know. I still don't know. I had, as you may have seen if you watched my last video, which was the very beginning of May, I have a ton of projects that are kitted up and ready to go, or at least partially kitted up, enough that I would feel comfortable starting them. And I had an intention of doing Mania, but I didn't go into it specifically thinking, oh, I'm going to do a new project every single day. I kind of thought, like, I'm just going to see what happens and see, like, how many days will I get through? How many projects will I actually start until I'm like, I just want to stitch on the same thing. But I found it was super helpful, as I'm sure those of you who enjoy Maynia have also found that it's just really nice to have like a low stakes. My goal is to start a project, even if it's only a few stitches, and then it's just ready to go for the next time. It's wonderful. And it was also really fun because I had so many projects that were like ready to start. I could have a lot of fun with how I picked what to start that day. So some things I picked because they fit Magical Stitches homework or extra credit. Some of them I just spun my wheel thing. Sometimes I would just take the bin into Birdie or whoever else might have been in our house and said, pick a project. And then I stitched whatever it was. And sometimes it was just what I actually, I would feel a pull to a certain project. So I would just start it. And that was so fun. I think it has given me a lot of freedom moving forward to just start things if I feel like it, even if I'm not going to stitch on it immediately. And I feel really comfortable having a lot of things in progress, and I just feel great about it. So I kind of want to keep doing it and just keep starting. I think I have maybe like 10 or so. I have more than that. I forget the exact number, but I have a good set still, more than 10, less than 20 projects that are fully kitted, and I have more things that I could kit up. So we'll see what happens. But I think I'm going to just start new things either as I finish something, I'll start something new, or as I need a new project for Magical Stitches for a homework assignment. Or if I buy new things, like, have you seen Arlene's newest designs? Because I stopped watching her update. She posted an update yesterday. I'm filming this on Sunday. She uploaded, I think, on Saturday. I watched it this morning, and then I bought a couple of her new patterns because they're gorgeous. And I bought the PDFs, and I don't have them printed out yet, so I can't show you because I'm too lazy to edit. But go check her out. Her channel, Works by ABC, and her Etsy shop. You can see her designs, and they're fantastic. She's offering free shipping on paper patterns on her Etsy shop for the month of June, I think, maybe, or at least for right now. So go buy yourself a pattern. She just had her 2-year anniversary celebration. I'm so excited. So like she had a couple new releases, and normally I would have been like, that's really nice. Someday I'll get around to buying it and stitching it. And now I'm like, oh, I can buy the PDF pattern right now, and I have fabric and floss to stitch these with because I'm gonna do both of them in just one color. Yeah, okay, I'll do that, and then I've got it basically kitted and ready to start immediately. It's amazing. It's a crazy world. I put my this is lemon water in a little Harry Potter mug because that makes it way more fun. I got this at Goodwill, but it's from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, so it would have cost me like $20, $25, $30, and I got it for $1 at Goodwill, and I love it. I drink basically anything I can out of this, except that it doesn't have a lid, so sometimes I need a sippy cup. But we're being risky today. Okay. Today, we're going to talk about Stitch Mania a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to show you my progress on all 31 projects and like what exactly I started because they're all over the place and some of them don't have that much stitching, and most of them I showed in my last video as potential starts. And there's pictures of all the starts, I think. I think there's a picture of everything on my Instagram. So if you really want to go check that out, you can do that. I instead have pulled out just the projects that I plan to work on in the next couple weeks because they fit the extra credit assignments. And I will probably change some of this as new homework assignments come out. This week is like 1,000 stitches in something to do with the dragon, like how would you distract the dragon in the first task. Do you ever think like what this must sound like to someone who doesn't know about cross stitch or about the School of Magical Stitches and Literature, that like it just kind of sounds like I've lost my mind? Because I think that sometimes. If you're unfamiliar, Magical Stitches Facebook group, fantastic, Harry Potter themed stitching and reading challenges. We're reading the 4th book right now, the Triwizard Tournament. This week's homework assignment is related to the first task where they have to get the egg from the dragon. So the homework assignment is stitch on something that you would use to help you get the egg or distract the dragon to get the egg or something like that. So it's a pretty, like, they've left it kind of open-ended if you can think of a reason, a story, or whatever. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but maybe we'll come across an answer while we film this update. I hope. Anyway, so I've got a few of the starts to show you. I might pull out a couple more. We're going to talk about that. We're going to show off some haul because I just got home from the Northern California's little stitchy meetup. We had a lovely little brunch together and got to hang out at our LNS, and I went in knowing I was going to buy a couple things because I was kitting up a project that I'll show you. But I definitely, I went home with a little bit more than I planned, but not too much more. And it was so lovely, so we'll talk more about that. I still haven't filmed my update for my books, so we'll do that. I have some things I've been given. I have a shop update. I have a furniture update, and so we're just going to see what happens. Let's actually start, I think, with the furniture update. So let me pause for a second. How are you doing today? What did you do for your lazy Sunday? Or maybe not a lazy Sunday. Or whatever day it is that you're watching this. I probably won't even upload this today. We'll see. I hope it was a great day. Okay, so in many of my last videos, I've had a very cluttered, crazy background behind me that personally stresses me out a little bit, but I just constantly outgrow my storage situation, and my bedroom is fairly small, and there's not a great place for me to leave stitchy stuff. So I like to have it in here, my little hoard. Anyway, this lovely shelf behind me I got at a Goodwill for $7, and it is the best shelf. So I recently picked up these lovely bins at Target, and the reason I super needed them is because I used to have all my fabric was just stacked up here, and it looked really pretty and nice, but Jam really liked to pull it all out so that he could sit on the shelf and make himself a little cave, and it was really cute, but it was really annoying, and he learned that if he's learned all the little things that he does, sorry, bang time, he's learned all the little things that he does that get attention when he wants attention. Even though if he came up to me, I would pet him and play with him and snuggle him, but instead he wants to do it his way. So he'll knock things off of his shelf. He more recently will like bat at things hanging on the walls. So that's fun. He's broken some things. He likes to try to knock off the lampshade, which is attached to the lamp, so he's knocked the lamp over a couple times. And then if that fails, he bites. So he's learning. I think in my last video, I had behind here what used to be like my mailbox and some books and some stitchy stuff, and then I had some pieces just propped up for now. And I had this big watercolor painting, which was halfway covered up so you couldn't really see it, but it was a moose, which was a piece commissioned for me for Christmas from my dad. He is on the board of this really cool accessibility group in Kentucky called the Zoom group. I'll maybe link them below if you want to check them out, but they do lots of cool stuff for adults and kids. I'm sure everybody with disabilities, and providing, I don't know exactly what all they do, but I know they do lots of cool stuff, including they have like an art center, or they do classes, and they do like fairs and stuff so that people can make things and earn a little bit of income. And so my dad met this artist there and commissioned a piece for me and for my sister, and he remembered that I have a nickname of Moose, and I had a lovely painting of a moose, which used to be beautifully framed with a large piece of glass, and I had it just propped up there and was planning to, you know, make this a prettier thing. And then Jam knocked it over because he wanted attention and he broke the glass. So yes, the piece survived just fine, but I don't really want it in Jam's zone, so I gotta figure out what else to do with it. And then I had some other stuff that was like framed, but not really framed and not hung up yet. Long story short, I've been in desperate need of more storage. As you can see, I've got some other bins happening. So I put all my fabric in these lovely bins, which are, like I said, from Target, and I really love them because they are a nice size. They come in, I think, like 3 or 4 different like sizes and shapes, but they come with a lid, and it makes them really easy to stack, but they still have so they're easy to carry and move around, and they're just like really nice, sturdy little boxes with a clear top, but the frosted-ish sides. I really enjoy them, so I have a lot of them, and I plan to redo this so that this can just all be bins, and I think that will improve things. So this still needs some work. Anyway, I've been like trying to figure out another storage solution, and without spending a lot of money because I know I will immediately outgrow it. I live in a college town. I live near the University of California at Berkeley, like real near. And so at the end of the school year, a lot of people are moving out, and they just leave their unwanted things sometimes on the curb. And so the other day I like went out to like check the mail or something, and sitting in our foyer with a little sign that said, "Free, take me," was this handy little entertainment shelf. I'm going to tilt the computer so you can see. Oh! So it's supposed to be it's like a TV stand. It's got, it had some DVD racks, which I ripped out of there. And then it's perfect for stitchy stuff. So I love it. I love it so much. So I picked it up, brought it upstairs, cleaned it up, and then was trying to figure out, like, I don't have a ton of floor space available, but it fits perfectly there, and it almost looks like a cohesive piece. And so on it right now, I have my floss and needle minder shop stuff is all on this side in nice little containers, so then it's not just like cluttered things that Jam can knock over. And then on this side are all my projects, nicely stacked up, and I love it so much. So now I can more easily, I mean, they're not really sorted in any manner right now, but I can eventually go through and sort them in some way. I have a bunch of those little tags that I can put on them, although Jam might want to play with them too much, so we'll see. But I like zipper pull things that you can label. I think that would work really nicely. And I just really love it. And then up at the very top, you can't really see, but it's some of the stuff I had up there before, a couple books and my sewing box from when I was a kid, and my Blackbird Designs piece that still isn't fully framed because I still need to actually lace it. It's just jammed in the frame right now. Anyway, I'm super stoked about it. It's changed my happiness and organization level exponentially. Now just to take care of the rest and get it all done, which it will never be done, but whatever. So that is new and exciting. And then where I used to have all the projects, I kept them in like a big basket, and now I have it over in the corner, kind of out of the way, and it's where I can throw my purse and backpack and like random stuff that I don't really have a place for, but I don't want to like be putting it into my closet every day or whatever. So now it has a place to live in that basket, and create a little bit less clutter, which is nice. of course, I keep kitting up more and more projects, and like I'm almost out of room on that shelf, and there's another basket of things I worked on for Maynia, and then this is all kitted up and ready to start, so we gotta figure out something else already. But we'll get to it. It's gonna be fine. Okay, that was that. Shall we talk about Maynia or haul? I think that we should talk about haul because some of it is from today. So, I have bought a few random things on Stash Unload recently, and I'm trying to remember if any of them are charts or accessible. And I don't think that they are, but I will show you. I got my Color and Cotton subscription this month. And to be honest, I thought I had put my floss subscription on hold, and I guess I didn't, and I'm not mad about it. Not at all. I get, every other month, get fabric, and then the other month get floss, and so this was a floss month. And I think I get I mean, these are bright colors, so I'm going to say I get the bright colors edition of the subscription. I forget what it's called, but I also might just get a random mix, so like sometimes it's one and sometimes it's another. Aren't I a great Flosstuber? I remember all the details. I love Color and Cotton. Angela is a genius, and this month's are like super pretty, or at least the ones that I got. I keep dropping it. They're super pretty and springy, but in like a really delicious, vibranty kind of a way. Oh, look how beautiful those are. So this is Rosebud, love it. This is Peruvian Butterfly, and it's so bright and beautiful. This one is Seahorse. Oh, yes. And then these two look a little similar on camera and in person. They definitely have some like overlapping things. This is Dusty Blue. It's a little bit more purple and softer and blue. And then this is Gunmetal, and so it's also a little bit more purple and softer and blue. I know my colors. Yeah, I mean, like, if you were to, like, mix up these threads, they could totally be part of the same skein. But they are two different. Yeah, this is, like, a little lighter and more purple. So I'm finding that I have a lot of, like, this color thread, and I think it's partly because I just don't really use it as much, but I need to get better about using it. So, those are the flosses this month. Beautiful. I've been having a lot more fun and freedom as I've been starting all the things with subbing out colors and using my fancy flosses, and especially getting more comfortable with the ones that have like really drastic variegation, and not even really drastic, but just like noticeable variegation, not just like a little bit of splotchy, because sometimes I get nervous about it, but I'm really, really loving it. Oh yeah, so I also, this is why I have more of this, like this color basically. This one is Blue Moon by Classic Colorworks. Arlene, is this what you did your gossamer lace in cross stitch in? Am I remembering this wrong? I feel like it might have been, and I wonder if this is the shade that you needed or something. There was some color that Arlene was using for a model that she was stitching of one of her designs, and she was showing how drastically the dye lot was changed between maybe two different skeins of Blue Moon. I don't remember. It is really pretty. I will definitely find use for it. But I got a few skeins from a little grab bag on Instagram. I don't know if she has any grab bags posted anymore. And I also don't remember her handle. Something Youngblood. This is what happens when I don't make a list. Okay, that was some of my thread haul. I also today went to Needle in a Haystack in Alameda. Like I said, we had our Stitchy meetup there, and we get together every few months. I think our last like formal get together was Stitchy Christmas, which Olivia and Elena hosted. And then before that, I don't know, but sometimes there's kind of like a last minute gathering that occurs. But this was the first big one we had had in a while, and we had this lovely little brunch. There's some picnic tables outside the shop, and the fabulous Becky, Obsessed Stitcher, did a wonderful job of setting up a sign-up list so we knew what people were bringing. And then she also brought tablecloths and reusable plates and cups and bowls and napkins and things so that we were able to keep our breakfast super low waste, and it was wonderful. And so she encouraged people to bring their own silverware, which, you know, I'm all into. And it was really, really nice to see how a little bit of effort can go a really long way in saving a whole lot of trash. So she brought like a tub of dishes and then took them home with her to wash instead of throwing out a whole stack of plates. And I'm so grateful for her for doing that and being a great model, a great example, and making it easy for the rest of us to participate. So thank you again, Becky. And we just had a lovely little brunch. People brought all kinds of delicious food. We got to hang out and catch up. There was a chicken running around, apparently across the street. Someone has a chicken. And Kathy, the shop owner, was saying, like, every once in a while there'll be, like, goats and chickens and sheep. I think she said they're usually, like, she sees them on the, like, right on the other side of the fence. But this was just a chicken hanging around. And I named her Butterfinger. She was cute. So we had a little party with her. And then Olivia brought and not warned us, but let us know that she was going to be doing this. She had a friend of a friend, maybe, who put her in touch with, I forget who it was or how she was connected exactly, but a woman who passed away and had a lot of stitching stuff, and her daughter or her family wanted to make sure it went to the other stitchers. And Olivia was like, I know plenty of them. So she brought like 7 or 8 giant boxes for us to look through and pick out anything that looked good. And at first I just picked up 2 things and I was happy. And then I found this other box of like old cross stitch and country crafts and just cross stitch. And I found a couple really cool things. So I'm going to show you quickly a couple highlights. First up, I got this really cool floral color wheel, which reminds me of something Arlene would love. And I want to do the that blackwork version. It kind of is like her color thesaurus. So Arlene, we need to talk. Because the pattern just has the flower outline. It doesn't actually have the blackwork design. Although this version apparently won a blue ribbon at the Oklahoma State Fair. So that's cool. Oh, patterns come from Marion Scholar's Folio of Blackwork Patterns. That's cool. So I guess I need to just find some random blackwork patterns to fill in there, which I can do. But Arlene recently, I think maybe commented on the last video where I was talking about blackwork, or I commented on one of her designs, her videos where she talked about one of her designs, and she responded with a link to a website with lots of free blackwork patterns. So maybe I will teach myself some blackwork. Where am I going to put this? I'm trying to not make a huge mess. This one I'm going to save for the end. This is from 1989 Cross Stitch and Country Craft, and it's a stocking, but it's a sewing room. How cute is that? And then I didn't look super closely at the pattern, but those framed samplers that are in right here, it looks like you can choose what sampler you put in them from I don't know how many options, but it's not charted in the design. It's like, oh, see, mini samplers over here. So I don't know if I need to make that, but it's really cute. And then they have just like the sewing machine as a little ornament. And we have my grandmother's antique machine, so like that might be a cute little something for my sister. Or just me. So that was exciting. I also picked up, let's see, this is also 1989 Just Cross Stitch. And I'm gonna try to find why I picked this one up, because the cover is a teddy bear alphabet, and I definitely didn't pick it up for that. So let's see. Nope. Or a teddy bear quilt. That's not what I wanted. I wonder what it was. Oh, there's a really cute koala. I didn't even know that. Well, maybe I have no idea why I picked this one up. Maybe I picked this one up by mistake. Oh, this is why I got it, for this little coffee break weather vane. Isn't that cute? So really, I just want this, and maybe I'll just tear this out right now. Ooh, there's a bunch of pictures and ads for Teresa Wensler. There's no tricks in here though, Kyle. It's just saying she's got a new design, and it is not new anymore. A fantasy sampler. You can order today for MasterCard and Visa orders. Call this number or check item number 97 on the 7 magazine. Remember when we used to have to order things that way? That's a lie. I'm too young to have ordered things that way. But I still find it amusing. Okay, I think that was the only thing from this. So I'm going to bring this to StitchCon for the freebie table, because there's probably some other good ones in there. And then I also picked up another Just Cross Stitch. This is from 1989. And I picked this up because of a really cute ornament that I saw. And this one I actually know where it is. There's actually a couple cute little ones, but I really liked this little barnyard. It's not really a nativity, it's just a Christmas tree. Not even a Christmas tree, it's just an evergreen tree. But I thought that was super cute. And then next to it, there's this little cat with mittens, like, let me out. So cute. So obviously I'll stitch that in orange for Jam. He needs an ornament. And then I also picked up this sampler, and now that I'm looking at it again, I'm thinking, like, this I will never actually stitch, I'm sorry, to the Katie Bemis sampler. It's nice, it's cute, but it's like old sampler style, and I don't really do samplers. But I'll bring that to StitchCon as well. And then this is the one I am most excited about. This is Polar Bear Christmas, and it's like, you know, some polar bear designs, and they show you, like, look, make a stocking, make a bell pull, put it on a beanie that looks like it's knit, as a, like, the, I don't know who did that, and then the bib, obviously, and then the little ornaments. So this is not going to be a great picture for you to see, but right here, there's one of a polar bear in a bathtub. I cannot even. So I'm making that for sure. Also, for Stitch Mania, I started a few ornaments, and it was really fun to actually kit up a couple of the ornaments that I've, like, flagged as being things that I like, but just, like, never get around to. And I did. Some of them I just, you know, pulled out, like, a random length of floss and called it good and stitched with it. It's amazing. It's amazing what you can do with stitching. Okay, I'm going to try to stop being so weird. So those were all from the charts Olivia brought, so thank you, Olivia, and please extend our gratitude towards your friend or acquaintance who gifted us a lovely batch of charts and a lovely batch of enjoyment going through them, because they were mostly from, like, the 80s, and so there's, you know, some real good treasures in there that we enjoyed looking at, and some real good, cute stuff that we found. And speaking of Olivia, so when we were at Stitch Shenanigans, I was talking with Elena, and she had a really cute grime guard on her project, and I was like, that's really cute. And she said, Olivia made it for me. And so I turned around and I was like, Olivia! And just was teasing her and begging her to make me grime guards, and she did. So I got a little gift from Olivia, and she made me the most beautiful set of grime guards, and she even asked what sizes I liked. And Olivia, your craftsmanship is amazing. I know that this is like a fairly simple thing to do, but I am insanely impressed by your talent and your willingness to share. She also asked me to like if I had projects with, like, a ton of excess fabric, and so like some of them are a little wider than others, and she is amazing. So one of them's already on a project, but I'll show you the others. Look at these little fishies. Ooh. And these little, I don't know, it's like raindrops and flowers and stars, maybe some eyes. I don't know, but it's real cute. And then this one has martini glasses. Oh. And then this one is like flowers, and it's beautiful. And they're all super impressive. And then she even was smart enough to write on the inside what size they're for, which is super smart because I have a couple of grime guards that I've bought on Etsy, and they don't have the size written in them, and I always forget like what it should be. I mean, obviously you can like pull it on and see if it fits or not, but so thank you so much, Olivia. Just gonna offer now, if you want to set up shop, I will be a very satisfied, happy, and frequent customer. So thank you to her. And then we went inside. Where did oh, it's over here. I'm not set up today. We went inside, and I had a lot of fun walking around and picking stuff up and putting it down. And I didn't even look through any of the patterns. Needle in a Haystack, she's got a nice little collection of patterns, but she really excels at fibers and floss. Those are floss and fabric. And so I went in with a plan, and I left having completed my plan. I was going to make this one of my Stitch Mania starts, and then I realized I didn't have a good fabric for it, so I was going to wait. And then I knew that this trip was coming up, so I decided to kit it up at Needle in a Haystack. But this is the Nocturne collection, La Luna, by Cozy Egg Designs. Our very own Michelle Cozy Egg right here on Flosstube. I will try to remember to link her and her website or Etsy shop, one of those, where she sells this gorgeous little moth with the moons. Oh, how cute is that? So Michelle was gracious enough to gift me this pattern, and I would like to support her and encourage her by telling all of you all that this pattern is adorable, and you should all go stitch it or buy it and stitch it immediately. You know I will stitch anything with a moon, obviously. And I didn't think that I was really a moth person. But you know, Diana for her birthday is doing the HL Moth by Kathy Barrick, and I'm fine because I have this moth, and I love it, and I'm super excited. So I really wanted to stitch it on a dark fabric like she has done in the model. Actually, Michelle, do you say what it was? Yes, picture this plus Gothic. So I didn't end up getting Gothic. I turned to Jen, Delicious Jen, and I said, help me find fabric, because Jen came to our meetup but had to leave pretty early, so she only had like 25 minutes in the shop. And so she graciously spent some of those minutes helping me find fabric and choose my colors. And so I ended up with Lakeside Linens Vintage Charcoal. And like, just wait till you see this gorgeousness. Oh, it's lovely. I love it. It's got like a few bluish splotches. It's a perfect little dusky night. And I actually have two pieces because the smallest cut that they do there is a fat eighth, and the piece doesn't need a fat eighth of 40 count for this little piece, so I get to choose something else to stitch on charcoal, or maybe I'll give it to somebody. Who knows? So I cannot wait to do that, and then I had to obviously pick out the threads. And so I had a couple of the called for colors at home already. What did I do with the page? I had a couple of the colors already, but then I decided it's charted for Gassed Shutter Green as the main color of the moth, and it was a little bit bright, and I thought to myself, you know what I would love to see here? I have them back here. Not in there. Wait, did I not have it in here? You can use this time to guess what color I'm going to pull out. Won't that be fun? Did you guess storm clouds? Because you would be correct. One of my very favorite colors, storm clouds, which is this beautiful gray-green mottled murky wonder. And I love it. Doesn't look anything like storm clouds, but I super love it. And I'm going to do the moth in that color. And then because I had changed the color of the moth, I had to change a couple other things. So I ended up, oh, and actually a couple of them are in other projects right now. So I need to find some of them. But I changed, instead of, it was called for as like a really bright yellow, but I'm using Week's Tiger's Eye. Ooh. And then, I'm not going to pull them, but like a dark gray, which is just for a few accents, and I might tweak it a little bit. Red Rocks, which I have somewhere, and Chestnut, which I have somewhere. So red, brown, right? Picture it. And then I needed a moon color, and I was like, I'm going to walk around and see what speaks to me. I pulled a whole bunch of different whitish, grayish pieces off and did a floss toss. And Jen helped convince me that I did indeed need to buy the Soie Crystal, I don't know how you say it, Fancy Silk Floss by Karen, and it's catching the light super weirdly, which is good. That's what the moon does. This is color 1036. So I don't know why you don't have a name. Okay, well, to me it is the moon. So I got this lovely moon color. It's this lovely soft whitish grayish beauty, and it's going to be perfect. Plus, I stitch a lot of moons, so need some good go-to moon colors. So now I finally can start my moth, and I'm super, super excited. So thank you, Michelle, for your generous chart gift, and I can't wait to stitch it. I also need to find a little box to put it on. Hers is on a box, and it's adorable. So I did that, and then I was just, walking around, wandering around. I picked up a lot of different floss colors that I enjoyed, and then I put them back, and then I would pick up different ones, and I would put them back. And then I thought, wait a minute, you recently are super into like more variegated flosses. Look and see if there are any really nice ones that you like and would maybe want to use for your 2 new Works by ABC charts that you just bought. And I was like, well, what a great idea, Abby. And so I ended up trying to remember how close. Okay, well, I don't know where something is right now, but I will find it. Okay, let me settle myself down. So I ended up picking this color for one of the knot. I'm doing the knot your needle in cross stitch pattern, and I'm gonna do it in cinders because like it's such a gorgeous maroony reddish lusciousness, and I've never stitched in cinders before, but I've just coveted it from afar, and it's got some real nice variegation going on. And I figured this will look really nice on cream, it'll look really nice on white, it would look nice on basically any color, because I knew I had fabric, like I've got plenty of extra fabric, and I didn't want it to be a crazy fabric because it's really the design that I wanted to highlight and the variation of this. So, but I couldn't remember exactly what I have that I'll end up, am I making any sense? I wasn't going to buy fabric for it. I just needed a color that I liked. I picked this color. I think it'll look great. End of story. And then I was wandering around and I found a whole bunch of drawers that were labeled DMC Flosh or Flosh. I don't remember how it's said. I think it's Flosh. And I was like, what the heck is this? And I went to Olivia and she didn't know. And then I asked Michelle and she didn't know. And then I asked Maddie and she didn't know. And no one knew. And then finally, I forget who it was. There was someone there who does more like needlepoint stuff. And she was like, oh, I use it for needlepoint. It's a thing. But she thought it was like a brand. And it's not. It's the type of fiber or floss, whatever. And DMC makes it, but apparently they stopped producing it, and they started once again, but they only sell it to this one shop in Los Angeles, and so retailers have to buy it from them. It's something crazy like that. I don't know the full story. Shop owner was super helpful in explaining it, but it reminds me a little bit of this whole sulky petite action that's going on, because I don't know if you can see, so it's just a single strand, and it's a round strand, so it's like roughly the weight of two strands of DMC. So I asked her, like, what do people use it for? And she said less used in cross stitch, but people do it for cut work and black work and needle pointy things and canvas work and all that. And they had a whole bunch of colors. I think she said DMC makes like 90 colors in Flosh. I'll never say it right. And they sell them in hanks, like the full hank like this, which was like $7. And then they also sell them in quarter hanks for like $2 something. And so I was like, what would look really nice? One of my favorite light grays. This is 318. And what if I did the black work piece in this on black? Which then I showed Olivia what I was thinking, and she was like, that's super smart, because then the tails won't show through the other side. Like, you won't have to worry about carrying threads. And I was like, great, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm definitely going to carry threads all over the place. So I'm super excited. I'm going to start that maybe like right as soon as we're done filming this, maybe. So I have somewhere a piece of 25 count Lugana, and that is what I'm going to do it's not gossamer lace. What is it? Lace geometry something in black work. One of Arlene's new designs. I decided, and I'm probably going to change this 5 times, and also I'll buy new things while I'm there, but I decided I might be doing a works by ABC in progress at StitchCon, because I have my skeleton mosaic, which I'm planning to work on there, because I want a picture of me with my Arlene Cohen pattern and with Arlene Cohen. And at the time that I had that idea, that was the only works by ABC pattern that I owned, and now I own some others. But then I was like, ooh, both of these other pieces I'm picking up have just one color, and they'd probably be really great retreat pieces. Maybe not so much the knot design, just because it's like so geometric. You don't want to mess that up. But I don't know. I've done patterns similar to that. They're usually what I bring on the plane, so really it's fine. Anyway, I just thought that would be fun to have just works by ABC whips, and then it has a cool name, works by ABC in progress, or works by ABC, works in progress by ABC. I don't know. We'll play around with it, but I'm excited about the little play on words there, and I feel like Arlene will appreciate that. So I got those two colors. I'm super excited to test out this new thread and also black work, which I'm excited to do. And then they also have a drawer of like random little cuts, and so I got a few little like ornament size 40 count. These are all Lakeside linens. This one is vintage flagstone. This one is green slate. Love it. And this one is bluegrass. So since I've been excited about doing some more ornaments and little pieces lately, I thought those would be fun to have some really pretty colors without having to, spend $30 on a nice piece of fabric. I actually don't remember how much these were, but super cheap each, because every once in a while, you get a piece that has some issues, and you might end up just cutting up little tiny shrimps. So that is all I bought. I also picked up for Jen, because she had to run out, so I'll show you this really lovely, also Lakeside Linens, Vintage Aqua Mist. That is not, oh, that's a little closer. It's really blue. That's bad. That's still bad. It's a really nice little, oh, that was closer. Oh, okay. Color. It's pretty, and it's going right into my StitchCon bag that I've been slowly collecting things in for the past several weeks. So Jen and I get to be plane buddies on our way to StitchCon, and I'm so excited. We got to ride together fly together to Arizona, and then we're also on the same flight to Cincinnati, maybe also on our same return flight. We'll have to see. But it's really fun to have someone to stitch with. Oh, and Jen, I'll text you this, but I have a couple ideas of some movies that we could watch on our way. So stay tuned, because, you know, Arizona was a short flight. This is like 6 hours of flying. So we need to coordinate, and I'm super excited. We will hopefully nap for part of it and then stitch for a lot of it. And then we'll be in Cincinnati and we'll stitch for 4 days, and it's going to be great. Man, every time I sit down, I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about. This is going to be really short. And I'm pretty sure every video I say this, and then like I'm like, oh, we've been talking for 45 minutes. But I love it, and you love it. And if you don't love it, you don't have to be here. I hope you are here, and I hope you do love it. Of course. So that is all of my haul from today. Let's show some actual whips, I guess. We haven't done that yet. Like I said, I'm just going to show you what I'm working on like right now this week for extra credit for magical stitches. There we go. So this one actually is not true. Actually, I didn't pick these up very well, but some of these have nothing to do with. Well, okay. There was a challenge to stitch on, for the Imperious Curse, stitch on something that you saw and you just had to stitch, because the Imperious Curse you used to control people. And so I used this piece that I don't have the cover picture, but it's this little hairy catter. I think I showed this last time, but it wasn't started yet. Hairy catter, because I love a good pun, and because obviously, like Harry Potter, I had to stitch it. Magical stitches, it just fit for so many great reasons. So that's 500 stitches into him, and he just has a little bit of like clothing and a leg, and then the owl Hedwig, and I forget if he has anything else, like a wand and some sparkles, and then he's done. So he's super close. He's a really cute little piece. So he counted for the Imperious Curse, and he's done. So good job, we did it. And then there's another one that's stitch on something you would find in a maze. So like bushes and grass or something. And then they also included like geometric patterns. And so I'm going to work on my skeleton mosaic, which I've started because the border is nice and geometric-y and twisty. And I have it in one of my favorite double pocket vinyl pouches, which you can find in my Etsy store. Shameless plug. I love it, again, because you can put the pattern in the front pocket and be able to see it. This one I'm marking off because it's, you know, a little, you gotta count it. And I feel like I've already showed my start on this. This was one of the earlier projects that I started. That's how far I am. It's about 42 stitches towards the 500 for the maze extra credit, but this is next up for me to work on. So I will be doing that later today. And then this one, oh, it's over here. This one I'm working on for something that you would find in the Great Lake. So I'm doing a haunting mermaid. Backyard tile samplings. I love this piece. It's so like not my normal style, and I dig it so much. And I pulled a couple of the called for DMCs, and then her tail is called for in 310, and I said, no, not today. And so instead I am using Weeks Conquered, which is this really lovely purple. You can see I have a very impressive start. And I just, oh, it's going to look so good. She's going to look so good like that. This is an Olivia Grimgard. I just love it. It's so perfect for this mermaid, especially with that gold needle minder. This bag, I did say we're going to do shop updates, so just real quick. This bag you can also get in my Etsy shop, and it is a very cool corner zip. So the zipper is L-shaped. It makes it really easy to grab what you need and also to like reach back in and say like, oh, I just need my floss, or I just want my pattern. It makes it way easier to access, and it fits Q-snaps super well because it's the roundedness of it lends itself to more, just you can really get more in there. So I super love it. I only have them in this gray, which, you know, I love, but it's not quite as fun or pretty, maybe, to you, and it's only one pocket. I do have a couple different sizes. Oh, I have one back here. Oh, and I have it right here. So I do have this like larger size as well, which I was trying to see if it will fit an 11 by 17 Q-snap, but I can't find my 11 by 17 Q-snap, but I ordered a new one, and we'll see. I don't know. It might be a little too snug, but this one, this is just an 8 by 8, but it fits an 8 by 11 perfectly. Perfectly. And I super love it. It's nice and sturdy and just handy and wonderful. Plus, once I put the little tag, I can tell what's in it. So I really love this vinyl bag game because like they stack up so nicely. It feels so good to be so organized and not have them in Ziploc bags. And they feel nice and protected. I also have like a little Notions size pouch. Oh. Like this. Oh, and here's one with an 8 by 11 in it. Look how nicely that fits. I love them. And it's like so easy to grab. And then you're also not like wrestling your cute, especially if you're trying to fit like a lot of stuff in one of these bags. It's really nice to not be like shoving it in. You can just slide it in. This project, while we're here, so Mermaid was for an extra credit. This one I don't think I'm using for extra credit. I could also use it for the maze, or there was another prompt that fit. But I started this for last week's homework, which was the SPEW homework, where we started a project, or not started, but stitched on a project where either the design or the designer, the name starts with S, P, E, and W, and so this was my project for E. This is Emblem of Friendship by Blackbird Designs. I'm stitching this along with a few of my stitchy crew. So I got a nice little start on that, and stitching on Extrude Designs fabric, which I'm loving. And then we're using Silks for You thread, and it's divine. And it fits so perfectly in here. Love it. Okay, so that is that. And that's what I have left to do for extra credit. Nope, I have one more. It's right in front of me. This one I'm going to use for the project you haven't touched in 6 months, because this is the project I have not touched in the longest, which is this lovely Hogwarts Castle full coverage piece that got me back into stitching, and then I abandoned it. So I'm going to put 500 stitches into this. No. Yes, 500 for the extra credit. Yep. It's happening. So I'm hoping that I will just fall right back into love with this and be ecstatic to stitch on it for Birdie. Because she really loves it. And I love it too. And if I give it to her, it's still in my house. So everybody can enjoy it. So that is the extra credit. Now I do have here with me one other project that I started for homework, which is for the S I started. Can't get it out. Snow Garden by Blackbird Designs. It's so pretty. And even though it is beautiful as charted, I'm stitching it on pink. I got this in a lot on eBay or something, I don't remember. I super love it. I don't have very much stitched, and what I do have stitched is done in really light colors. You can see it a lot better in person. But I love it. Look at this needle minder. This is by Mad for Minders. It's the 3 broomsticks, or is it Starbucks? Who knows? So I super love that. I'm using a couple of my favorite color and cotton colors that I haven't gotten to use yet, like Cape Cod. You can't see that, but I can. It's like all kinds of yumminess. I got that at StitchCon last year. And then I'm also using this one, Bare Copper. Ooh, love it. That's another color and cotton. And then a bunch of other random stuff. Plus this lovely purpley color, Highlands. Yeah. So I'm really loving it. I'm loving that I'm mixing up the color scheme. I'm still keeping some browns and stuff in there, but making it a lot warmer with some pinks and purples. Yeah, purple can be warm too. Like, just feast on that goodness. Oh, it looks so good. So I am loving this, and loving mixing it up a little bit. And in a plastic bag, what is this trash? Just kidding. Plastic bag's fine too. So that was my S, and then for P, I also started something new. I don't think it's super handy, unless it's this one. It's not. Yeah. I've got projects everywhere, and they're not organized in any way. I just shoved them into shelves. And I didn't want to, I was afraid of taking too long to pull them all out for this video. So, little by little, you'll see other stuff that I started. Excuse me. A brief other shop update for you to know about. So first of all, I have these little cactus needle minders in my shop, and I love them so much, and I just wanted to share them with you. I just love them. They're a nice little bargain. You get to pick 2 of them, and it's like under $4 for 2 cute little minders, and they're these little cactuses. Oh, they're so cute. This little guy's one of my favorites, but this little guy's also one of my favorites. There's 5 different ones, and I just super love them. And so I'm restocking them today, so there'll be a lot available. And so I just wanted to share that because they're super cute and just super fun. And then I also have a couple new ones that are going to go up. This is a llama with a scarf. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. And then, because, had to, I got some tortoises. So I needed these for myself, and then I have some extras that are going to go up in my shop. I also have one that looks a little bit like Jam, but it's somewhere over there. Yeah. So if you're interested in checking out needle minders or bags or felt that I have available, or my patterns, you can go to topknotstitcher shop on Etsy. I will link it below. You can use the code Flosstube for 10% off. And there's just thank you so much for those of you who have been supportive and wonderful so far. I super appreciate it. Keeping Jam nice and well fed so he can be the adorable chunky monkey that he is. I locked him out of my room today, so I don't have him right now. I'm trying to see if he's outside. He's not. Let me go grab him though so he can let's make a Jam appearance. Enjoy my lovely messy craft backdrop. Jammers! Where's Jam? Oh, there you are. Yes. Here. Okay, we found him. Look at the baby. Look up here, Baba. Hiba. He's a little upset with me. He did not want to come in. Look at him. Mwah. Okay. We'll let him go. But that's Jam. He sends his love. I'm going to go stitch. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the lovely comments and likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. You guys make the world a better place, and I am grateful that you are here. And Jam is also grateful that you are here. If you're coming to StitchCon, let me know. At the Stitchy meetup today, I met this lovely woman, Cynthia, who was at Stitch Nanigans, and I didn't meet her. I don't know how that happened, but I'm super glad I got to meet her today. And so that made me a little nervous. Like, Stitch Nanigans was like 75 people, and I didn't meet everyone. And StitchCon is 400 people. So I'm not going to meet everyone, which is fine. But if you want to meet me, please come find me, because I would love to meet you. And if I don't meet you, I'm super sorry. It's not intentional at all. But it's just, it's going to require everybody being a lot more, not aggressive. Please don't be aggressive towards me or anyone. But, it's going to be a lot of people. But it's going to be great. I'm super, super, super excited. I'm rooming with Mitch Stitch. She's coming from Australia for me and everybody else. And I'm so excited to see her again so soon. I can't believe I get to see her in just a few weeks. I wish that she didn't live in Australia. I have the cutest thing to give her. I cannot even. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm overselling it, but I don't care. I already told her that I have the best thing ever. I was going to give it to her in Arizona because I am impatient, but I am going to wait because I forgot it in Arizona, but it's in my StitchCon bag, so we're good to go. I'm going to continue, I think, planning out what else I'm bringing if I'm just doing Works by ABC. There are other people who can make a better retreat prep video than me. I might show you what I'm bringing and make a little snapshot video of that. But I took 6 projects to Stitch Nanigans, and I stitched on 5 of them because I really appreciate having variety. I don't want to stitch on the same thing the whole week, and I stitched a lot more in Arizona than I expected. And I don't know if that was partly because I knew so many of the people there already that I was a lot more comfortable. I don't know. I don't know if it was just like a smaller group, so there's more like, let's just settle down and stitch time. But I got a lot of stitching done in Arizona, and so I want to make sure that I bring the right mixture of projects that I can get a lot done in Cincinnati as well. So definitely my Works by ABC plan, but also I might need a couple others because I only have 3, and I might want something else. I also, I want to find another good chart to do what I did with my Witch House Barbara Anna piece, where I just stitched on it in random colors, like whatever was closest. I would just turn to somebody and say, pick a color, or can I have a piece of that, and stitch on it, and it was really fun. So I don't think I have anything that's started right now that would be great for that, but I could find something, because I think that would be fun, and it's like a nice low stress, low key approach. So we might do that. Maybe like a cool little sampler, but I'll make it all funky by just picking random colors. That could be fun. I could do that with Katie Bemis. I don't really want to do that. So anyway, stay tuned. Maybe I will show you that. I'm really going to stop talking now. So thank you. I love you. Goodbye. Happy June. I hope that you had a wonderful mania. Tell me all about it down below. If you make videos, let me know, because there's so many people, and I would love to see what you're up to, and I will miss what you're up to because there's so many people in my feed. So if you're here and you're hanging and you have enjoyed spending time with me, please let me know below so that I can come spend time with you as well, because nothing personal, but it's just easy to lose track of people. So thank you so much. Really gonna go now. Oh, one more thing. Last time I talked about it, I got tickets to the Hamilton Lottery. And so just briefly, I want to share with you that it was just the most magical experience of my life, because we sat in the second row, because the lottery tickets are usually like the first 2 rows. And like I could see them spitting on us. It was amazing. And also, okay, the choreography in the show is insane. It's super intricate and just stunning and beautiful. And it was really fun to be able to watch it up close. The conductor was adorable. She was like jamming out. So the conductor, the orchestra pit has like 5 or 6 musicians. So there's like drums and guitars and keyboards, and I don't know what all is in there, but like it's a small crew. And the conductor, she like sits on the conductor's little podium thing, but she's jamming out on a keyboard, and she was like rocking it the whole time. She was just like rah, 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 and she was laughing, and she was like ah. It was the cutest thing ever. It was really fun to get to like watch her a little bit while obviously I was also watching the show. But it was amazing, and thank you for all of you who shared your excitement for me to get to go. It was wonderful and amazing. And if Hamilton is playing near you, enter the lottery any possible day that you can, because you never know. It could be you, and it's definitely worth canceling whatever plans you had to go see Hamilton for $10 and sit in the front row, second row. It's also been stuck in my head way more than when I saw it a couple months ago, so that's been fun. That's it. I'm going to stop this video and make a book video, and then we're going to be done for the day. But we're going to be done with this one right now. So I love you. Goodbye. Have fun. Bye.